a special edition and our first edition of LDTV Talk Shorts. So for those of you who usually are fans of LDTV Talk, we do the entrepreneur series with women entrepreneurs at 11 o'clock on Wednesdays. And yesterday we had a great interview with Karen Black. But today marks the first of the shows that we're going to be doing on a shorter period of time. And they're going to be done with a group of regular people that we're going to have as contributors. And for our first short, we have with us today Trevor Folgering, and I'm excited to bring him on. So Trevor is the founder and Ketogenic Lifestyle Specialist at the Keto Solution. He's also a health and wellness motivational speaker and a professional speaker. And we're thrilled to have him. I sent out an email because I'm doing something with keto, which I'll reveal slowly, but there'll be details on the LDTV Talk scoop page. And I reached out to keto coaches to talk about partnerships, and Trevor responded, and we struck up a conversation, and here he is. So there's a lot of discussion about the keto diet. It's really funny because the keto diet is not new, but the keto diet is now one of the most popular diets because I think it has had, even in spite of the misconceptions that are out there about the keto diet, it has had a long-standing reputation because it works. So although I have not been totally on a keto diet for decades, I have been on a low-carb lifestyle for decades. And I credit my good health, my lack of arthritis, my lack of weight fluctuation like so many people have, specifically to the fact that I don't overindulge in carbs. And I think that, and I'm not afraid to have fats, and I'm not afraid to have meat. So I think that because I know that the carb side is the problematic side, although people, don't want to believe that. So I'm going to turn it over to Trevor, and he's going to talk about his background and why keto.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on, Lynn. I really, really appreciate it. It's just awesome to talk to your audience and to spread the keto message. Because honestly, that's what I'm all about, is to be spreading this message to everybody. Because honestly, when you take a look at the keto diet, it's one of the healthiest things that you can actually do for your body. So my mission in life is to really get the keto word out there and to really spread the truth around, because there is a lot of misconceptions. You're right there. There's a lot of misinformation, misconceptions, and false truths around keto. So yeah, I'm going to delve into it, but you want to know a little bit about my background. So, why should you listen to me? Yes. So yeah. Why should you listen to me? So just to let you know, I've been in the fitness and health industry since 1998. So it's been a long time. I started when I was 19 as a personal trainer, actually, when I went to school in another province, and I got my personal training and health coaching certification there. And I started working as a personal trainer and, working all the way through to about 2013. But my love for nutrition essentially took over. I love coaching people on nutrition. I think that's way more important than exercise. Now, don't get me wrong, exercise is really important, but nutrition is is one of the most important aspects that you can do, because everybody eats, everybody has teeth, everybody, eats food and needs food every single day. So the nutritional side really, really fascinated me. So I started to study more about, the low carb diets that you've been talking, and then I stumbled upon keto. And I was like, holy crow, and I've always known that fats are really healthy for you. Obviously, as a personal trainer for 15 years, I was taught that fats, there's healthy fats, there's fats that you need in your body. Every single cell needs fats. And coincidentally, I was sort of on and off keto since 2000.
Wow.
Around 2000, 2001, because I've been a competitive bodybuilder. I'm not anymore, but I used to be a very competitive bodybuilder. And to get lean for a show, you had to get down to around 5 to 6% body fat.
Not a lot.
I would actually go, yeah, it was, really tough to do, but I would go on a high fat, low carb or zero carb lifestyle. Essentially, I would just be eating, I remember eating like spinach, chicken, and olive oil or something called Udo's oil, like every 2 hours. And essentially it was just like super high fats, no carbs, protein. But it worked really well for my body, and I got really lean really quickly. But then in 2015, I really started to delve into the science around keto, right? Because this lifestyle, there's actually a very scientific way that your body uses its own body fat, right? And that's what I really got interested. So in 2015, I dove straight down into the science. I started to understand like what are ketones? Where do they come from? How does our bodies make them? What is the hormonal aspect of keto? Why is this so special? And I started to look into more of the research aspect of things. And that's where my love of keto really came from. And then I decided to do a little bit of an experiment on myself. I'm like, hey, why not? Like, let's do a bit of an experiment. So I essentially let myself go. I gained a lot of weight.
Purposely?
And then I thought, well, not recently. This was back in 2015. So at the end.
Did you do it on purpose?
Well, on purpose and sort of like on by accident and on purpose. So sort of both. So I was training really hard as a CrossFitter at that time, and I just got so tired of training. I was exhausted. And I said to myself, well, I'm just going to take a couple weeks off and eat whatever I want to eat. And I don't really care anymore. Like I'm just going to eat what I want. And I gained weight, like a lot of weight. I think I went from, I don't know, it was around 205 up to like, I don't know, 230, somewhere around there. So I gained quite a bit of weight in a short amount of time.
It's a lot of weight.
It was a lot of weight. And I actually have a before picture. I wanted to show your audience my before picture. Now, I get a little embarrassed when I show this, but I want to show this because I want you guys to see the power of keto and what is really possible. So
let's do it.
So this was my before picture. I don't know if you can see that. So it was a pretty chubby bunny.
Yeah.
Like I got the man boobs on. I don't look like I work out. Like, I got a belly. And I did 6 months of keto. So essentially I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dedicate myself to this for 6 months to see what the difference can be. Okay. And I took so that was December of 2015. This was June of 2016.
Wow.
So you can obviously see there's a huge difference there, right?
And that's you. That's not keyed in. I can tell that's you. So.
This is not photoshopped.
Whoa.
Not photoshopped. So
that's impressive.
Thank you. And obviously, like
about 24 hours a day to get those abs.
No. I work abs maybe every second day or every third day. It's all diet. It's all nutrition, right?
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's the power of keto, right? That's essentially working with your body's biochemistry instead of against it, right? So we can delve really deep into this, but I'm just going to let your audience know that I didn't calorie restrict here. Like I wasn't restricting calories.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you starving yourself to do that?
No, actually, the funny thing is if you do this correctly and you get yourself into a deep state of nutritional ketosis, you can actually eat more calories and still lose weight. So when I was at this condition, I was eating 3,000 calories a day, right? So, I mean, and, considering like, I needed 2,400 calories to lose weight, I was eating 600-700 calories more and still losing body fat.
Wow. Well, my husband just went on the keto diet. One of the things that he did, and I know you didn't do it because you were heavy duty, but for people who are just kind of breaking in, he did the exogenous ketones to help him, but he went on a keto diet, which I think is really important. You don't take something to mask what is really the important thing, which is eating right. So he would do he'd do his powder in the morning with water, which would help him accelerate the process. And then he would do maybe 50 carbs a day max, probably closer to 30 or 35. And he lost 20 pounds in, 60 days. And he didn't need to lose weight at all. He needed to lose fat around his chest and his belly. And that's what he did. And what was great about it is usually when you lose that much weight in that little period of time, you look gaunt. He looks great.
Yeah.
He looks
And that's yeah, and that's the thing. When you do it correctly, like you're not going to look too skinny,
right.
right? Your body it has a really good set point. But yeah, you can, if you starve your body and you're only taking in 1,000 calories or 800 calories a day, yeah, you're going to get that skinny type of look, and you're not going to look healthy, right? Like
Right.
when you fuel your body correctly, your body has all the macronutrients to regenerate cells and to make your skin glow and to build your hair and cells and nails and all that kind of stuff, right? So everyone really wants that. So keto does that, right? That's really, really, really a huge benefit when it comes to the keto lifestyle, rebuilding the body.
Yeah, no, I know all the benefits, but of course, one of the downside is that sugar is addictive. So what you do when you go on keto is you have to say goodbye to that. And that's hard because any addiction is hard to break. So how do you do that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, like when I coach individuals, we go straight into the keto lifestyle. So there's no like mincing, like you have to, it's not going from like 200 calories to like 150 to 100. We go right into, 20 grams of carbs or less. What makes this so easy or easier to actually beat the cravings is when you have a good amount of fats in your diet. When you have the appropriate amount of fats, and actually more fats than your body will need, you will actually reduce and eliminate all cravings. And that's the magic of keto. So, when I coach clients, I give them a very specific personalized meal plan so that they can make the switch into the fat burning mode very easily. And I do that, I give them the right amount of fats. So for your listeners out there who are thinking of trying keto or wanting to, do some experiments on themselves and see if this is something that would work for them, my advice is beating the cravings is as easy as increasing fat intake. Having the right types of fats at the right time in the right intervals throughout the day is going to make this so much easier for you. And you won't have to fight with cravings. You might have a couple of days where you're kind of like, feeling a little snacky, but it's not going to be like, oh my God, I need sugar like now, give me sugar, right? It's not going to be like that. But you got to do it the right way. And that way it's so much easier for you, for somebody to transition into the keto lifestyle.
Right. Well, I said to you the other day, it's going to be really hard to get me off dark chocolate. And you said I didn't have to. So what we did is we're including a recipe for chocolate covered peanut butter cups that are keto. We're going to have it on LDtvTalk too. So when you guys are done, you're going to be able to go there and you're going to be able to get the keto peanut butter cup recipe, and you're going to eat those and your cravings are going to be gone, right?
I mean, for sure. I mean, that could be something that you use to help you beat those cravings, right?
Of course.
And usually those cravings time, right? Like everyone after dinner wants a sweet treat, right? So these keto cups are perfect for that.
Well, what I'd love to do is work with you on maybe we could do it for Instagram. Is craving chocolate today? Try this. Or craving that bag of potato chips? Let's get rid of it this way. So people will know that they're going to be supported in a way where they won't feel deprived. Because I think, you touched on it before talking about hormones. The minute your hormones take over, you're less likely to stay on the diet. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to start a keto diet where you're having a steak and then all of a sudden decide you need 3 bags of Fritos because talk about that, how destructive that is.
It is. And you talk about hormones and it's so relevant. The keto diet is all about hormone regulation, right? So in order for us to beat those cravings and to actually get rid of those cravings, really what it all boils down to is regulating and controlling hormones. And the 2 hormones that I really help individuals control is insulin and glucagon. Insulin is I don't know if your listeners know anything about insulin and glucagon, but insulin is essentially the fat storing hormone. It gets secreted from the pancreas and it can essentially store glucose as body fat very easily, especially if you're on a high carb diet.
Right.
Glucagon, on the other hand, is our fat burning hormone, and it gets released from carb or a ketogenic lifestyle, and that tells the liver to start producing ketones from the body fat stores. So to really make this successful, all you need to do is to reduce insulin, because that's going to kick up your glucagon, which is going to send signals to your liver to produce ketones. Essentially, that really is the bottom line in the ketogenic lifestyle. It's hormone control.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, well, now I know why you're such a fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can people expect from going on a keto diet, and how fast will they experience the benefits?
So when you start, I mean, if you start correctly, you should be able to switch your metabolic pathway really easily. So we have two metabolic pathways that we can operate from. We have like our sugar burning pathway and our fat burning pathway. Some individuals take a little longer to switch over, but if you do it correctly, you should be able to do that within 4 to 5 days. And within the 4th to 5th day, you are actually going to have way more energy. You're going to feel better. Cravings are going to go down. You may sleep better. You may experience the weight loss. Some people like lose weight like gangbusters on keto. Some people it takes a little while, especially if their bodies are very carb sensitive. So it really is, again, dependent. But when you get over the initial sort of shock stage, like, keto flu stage, because a lot of people can get sort of like flu-like symptoms.
Right.
Once you get over those symptoms, you're going to be golden. You're going to sleep better, feel better, have more energy, be cognitively on all day. So this is so important for people that are like at, 9 to 5, that are working a job, that need laser focus, right? I always preach that ketones have amazing cognitive effect in the brain. So if you can drive your ketone levels up in your body, you're going to just have way more energy and just better thought processes throughout the day.
Well, I see that Patty has joined us. Patty is taking the exogenous ketones. I don't know if she's started yet, but she's going to do the keto diet. So she's easing into it.
Awesome.
She'll have her powder in the morning, and then she'll be very careful to get her body ready and start feeling those benefits fast. And then she's going to do before and after, 4 weeks to fantastic.
I love it. Yeah.
So we're anxious to see that. I'm throwing the gauntlet down, Patty.
That's awesome. Yeah. And Patty, for sure, use the exogenous ketones to your benefit, and then compound that with a correct nutritional ketogenic meal plan, and you're golden. You're going to just be night and day those before and after pictures.
Yeah. Well, she said, I've been wanting to learn about keto for hormonal support. You just talked about it's the key to hormonal support.
It is. It really is. Keto is the key to hormones. Yeah, it totally is. And, fats will help, in terms of testosterone and estrogen. We can talk about that quickly. But, fats is going to help improve testosterone, or free testosterone in the bloodstream, which is going to be good. It's going to help reduce estrogen. So an increased level of estrogen is never good. Obviously, that would obviously fat, and it's increased risk for cancer. So we want to make sure that our testosterone levels, especially for women as we age, increase, and our estrogen levels stay relatively stable and maybe decrease a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm a breast cancer survivor, so I am always vigilant about doing things that will not increase estrogen or balance it.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
We just, I don't want to go there. And, I know keto, interestingly enough, and I didn't put it on the list of things we were going to talk about, but now that we're on the C word horribly, I have heard that cancer cannot grow in a body that's in ketosis. Is that a falsehood?
Well, yeah, with cancer cells, I mean, I don't want to make any claim, right? That's what I would say right off the bat. I'm not a doctor. I can't say that this will cure cancer. But when you're in nutritional ketosis, the idea is to get your body, if you're dealing with these types of diseases, is to get your body into therapeutic ketosis. Okay. Now, what that means is that your body every single cell in your body is running more on ketones than glucose. Okay. And when you have a certain level of ketones and your glucose levels are very low, you're going to be in therapeutic ketosis, which means that, cancer cells will not be able to survive because the cancer cells cannot use ketones for fuel, right? So to get yourself into sort of more of a healing state, you need to maybe drive up fats to like 90%, right? And protein to like 10%. And those types of things are going to really help drive the body into therapeutic ketosis.
Yeah.
But again, it's not like a cure, but I mean, we all know that the ketogenic diet has been studied for epilepsy, right? For all these neurological diseases way back in
I know.
right, way back into the 1900s. So we know that ketones have a very good healing benefit. I just can't say like,
no,
hey,
I know.
go on the
I don't
keto.
expect you to. Definitely. Well, Patty just asked a good question, and she said she's heard that cancer thrives on sugar. And of course, keto means no sugar. So that would really kind of, I think that we can say that that's probably true.
It's safe to say that for sure. But you know what, Patty, what I would really suggest is working with a health professional. So if you're dealing with any of these types of diseases, I would make sure to hook yourself up with somebody that can really get you a well-formulated ketogenic meal plan. Because what ends up happening is we may do the keto diet like not as intended, like we may have foods that we shouldn't, and then you're not going to get the effects, right? So when you're talking about, does cancer thrive on sugar? Absolutely it does, but you have to do this correctly so that the blood sugar will drop. Like we want our blood sugar levels to be, I mean, in the States, a good reading would be anywhere like 62 milligrams per deciliter, somewhere in there. In Canada, if you're talking millimeter, it's like 3.9, 4.0, or even lower than that. Because that way, what ends up happening is your body will start to shift and produce lots of ketones from your body fat stores. Because your body's always going to make blood sugar. It always will. Your body can make 120 milligrams of glucose every single day. So no matter if you go on a zero carb diet, it doesn't matter. Your body's still going to produce some type of glucose. But the idea is to get ketone levels really elevated and keep that blood sugar level as low as possible. And that's where you're going to find that your body's going to heal better and you're going to have less risk for diseases.
So I think I love all this. And, I'm already thinking about the next time you're on and the next time you're on and what we talk about. But one thing I wanted to ask, or for you to tell us, is I think the word keto diet is a really bad choice of words, because if you are going to do this, you would never stop. So it's like your business. It's keto lifestyle rather than keto diet. Because what happens if somebody thinks, oh, I'm going on this and I'm going to lose 30 pounds and I'm going to look like Trevor's after picture, and then they start eating carbs again?
Yeah, I mean, I call it a lifestyle. So you're right. Like keto diet is not really the correct term, because diet implies pain, emotional pain, deprivation, starvation, which keto is none of those things. So I wish it wasn't called a diet. I wish it was called something else. So I either call it like a way of eating or a lifestyle, because you're right. Like once you start, like it's kind of like Star Wars. Like once you start down the dark path, like you never come back, right? Like even though keto's not the dark side, but you know what I'm saying? Like once you start down keto, you should not
come the dark side.
Right. It's the light side. Yeah. But once you start down the path of keto, you really should dedicate your life to learning about it and eating this way for the rest of your life, because bouncing back and forth is probably like, I would say it's like obviously taking like 2 steps forward and like 5 steps back. It just throws your body into limbo. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about people who freak out over coconut oil and cholesterol, because they're like, I can't go on the keto diet. Look at this. I'm going to have a heart attack. My doctor is telling me I have cholesterol, and not true, correct?
Yeah. You know what? I mean, with the cholesterol, The cholesterol myth, where to begin? It's like a big topic.
I know. Well, they want to give you up statins.
That could be another thing we could talk about later on. I just want to preface this by saying that cholesterol is so important in the body. Like, we need a high level of cholesterol. It's not a bad thing at all. Like when you cut yourself on your arm, you need a Band-Aid to start the process of healing. That's what cholesterol is in the body. It's a healing agent. It's actually allowing the arteries to start to heal themselves. It starts to get the plaque gone from the arterial wall. So cholesterol, we need it. So, going on statins is not a great idea because you're going to lower your cholesterol. Your brain is made of cholesterol. You're going to feel like crap. Your joints are going to hurt. Right?
Preaching to the choir. I am not and people should, I go to a doctor, they'll say, oh, you should be on a statin. No way.
Yeah, no. Well, what you really need to be concerned about really would be triglycerides. Right? Triglycerides, essentially, they cause a lot of inflammation within the arterial walls. And then when there's inflammation, then you're going to see lots of cholesterol. So that's the problem. If you have a high level of triglycerides, you're more at risk for a heart disease and heart attack because the arterial walls will become majorly inflamed. And then that brings about cholesterol to try to, heal that arterial walls. But the cholesterol isn't the problem. That's not the problem. It's the triglycerides. And where do triglycerides? Yes, absolutely. And where do triglycerides come from?
Right.
A high carb lifestyle, a high carb diet, right? Eating lots of, breads and pastas and processed foods that are higher in carbohydrates. That's what's causing this, right? So blaming cholesterol is essentially like blaming, I don't know, like the mice who are at a garbage strike, right. Who brought up the garbage here? It's the mice. No, it's not, right? You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it. That was a bad analogy.
No, it starts with the triglycerides, and that's really, really bad. Oh wow! All right, well.
Look at the tangent we went on. Hey, Lynn,
oh my God, this was great. This was so great. So for people who are watching, you're going to watch the replay. I want you to send me questions for Trevor's next visit, and he'll answer them for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Send me. I'm all about answering keto questions. Send me all of them. We can have a couple of. We can have an ongoing series. Maybe we'll answer some questions. I'll come on maybe once a month or whatever it is.
Right. Perfect.
We'll go from there.
That's great, and we're going to have all the information on how you can reach Trevor, how you can, get his. So tell us, on your website, you have meal plans, or you probably offer a complimentary coaching call, and people do not have to move to Saskatchewan to join your coaching program, correct?
Yeah, they wouldn't want to because it's way too cold here. It's not fun. The weather's not fun here. I will actually. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. I run an online global coaching company, so you can access my services from anywhere in the world. If you're in New York and you're like, I want to work with Trevor. Actually, I have a client there actually in Albany. She worked with me for a little while. But anyway, so if you're in New York, you can access my services. I run essentially a 12-week keto body transformation program. So you work intimately with me one-on-one for 12 weeks. I give you up to 6 personalized meal plans, coaching, support, accountability, keto education, all that good stuff. Right. And we've got some amazing results, like lots of good transformations, individuals changing their relationship with food, and really, embracing this lifestyle. So it's been amazing.
For men, correct?
No, it's not just, it's for men and women. I work with, I essentially work with busy professionals that are, 9 to 5 that are wanting to transform their health and body and rebuild their health and body with keto. So that's who I work with. This coming January, I'm running a very interesting promotion. I want to give away $10,000 to somebody who transforms their body majorly, right? So what I'm doing is essentially getting people registered. And if you work with me for 3 months, you have a chance to win 10K if you've lost the most amount of weight in 3 months.
Wow.
So
okay.
Just putting it out there.
Okay. Anybody looking for $10,000? And if you've got some weight to lose,
there you go.
We'll have those links on the website.
Absolutely.
This has been great. And then you'll come back regularly.
I will come back. If you have me back, I'll be back for sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
amazing. Fantastic. All right. Great. Trevor, it's been a pleasure. And hopefully you'll be back really soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
So much for having me, Lynn. I really appreciate it. You guys, you and your audience have an amazing day, okay?
All right. You too.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye. So, keto fans, I hope you're fans after this. So I want you all to go to LDTV Scoop, where you'll not only be able to see the video with Trevor, but you'll be able, you'll be able to see the video on LDTV Talk. I'll do the replay. Patty, you have a great day too. It's great having you. I'll talk to you at 3. But you'll get the recipe. I'll have it up on LDTV Scoop. We'll have a link to Trevor's website so you can work with him. And if you want to have questions for him that you want me to ask him next time he comes on the show, please do that. So thank you so much. And the exogenous ketones that we talked about that my husband took and that Patty's taking, I will have a link on how you can get that. Don't take them if you're not going to go on a keto diet. This is about getting to keto. It's not about putting a Band-Aid and try to lose weight without taking the other parts seriously. I don't want you to do that. But they do work. They get the body into fat burning mode and your metabolism boosted. Plus you get magnesium and potassium and a lot of great vitamins and minerals. All right. There'll be a link to that too. So thanks so much for stopping by. And we will see you at LDTV Talk on the 9th with Toby Terry. And we're going to talk about beauty products that you can give as gifts for Christmas. Okay. That'll be a great conversation. All right. So see you soon.